Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we have new Genshin news to cover. Now this will probably be a pretty short video because there's just one topic which I want to talk about today, and that is Genshin Impacts' new developer blog post that they put out earlier today. Genshin put out this tweet earlier revealing a new developer discussion that involves quick challenge true ounce domains and unlocking and accepting story quests separately, which we'll get into a little bit more of what that means in a minute here. So let's look at the full post here over on Hoyo Lab. Or actually, let's do it on the Hoyoverse website since their interface is a little bit better. Anyways, dear travelers, the newest developer discussion has arrived. We'd like to share with you the optimizations that will be released during the version 4.2 update. Now this is obviously the update. It's going to be a big update because we got Farina, we got Charlotte, we got the end of the story quest, I'm pretty sure is what I'm predicting. I think we're going to have probably part 5 and that's going to be it. But likely after part 5, we're going to be getting a new boss is what I imagine is going to happen. We're going to be getting what? Like our 7th, 8th, 9th domain boss. How many do we have? We have Storm Terror, Tartaglia, Big Rockman, Signora, Raiden, Scaramouche, and then the weird map monster thing. So 7 so far. I imagine we'll probably get our 8 come the new update. And here we actually are going to get something to help us defeat the monster a little more easily. So let's take a quick read here. True Ounce Domain quick challenges. As your adventure goes on, we've become aware that some new travelers have been temporarily unable to obtain the materials required to level up their favorite characters. Now, this is a problem we experience quite frequent. It happens a lot in Polarm only, where I'm not willing to do a 10 to 12 hour story quest to unlock bosses to upgrade certain characters. But now, with version 4.2's release, travelers that have reached AR 40 or higher will be able to quick challenge locked domains, and you will not have to complete the prerequisite quest. Let's go. Now this is, to be honest, one of my favorite changes. I am, in all honesty, not a big fan of the story of Genshin Impact, and that may be a cringe take, which not a lot of people agree with, but I've just never been a big story Genshin person personally. I find the Genshin story too scattered. I have to pay attention to like 10 different world quests, and then it ties in somewhat to the main quest, and then I'm just lost. And I honestly do try to enjoy the story quests, but I just get so lost. Maybe I'm just stupid, and that could definitely be it, but I've never understood the Genshin story from like day one. It's funny because I actually made a tweet about it earlier. I said, I will never be playing the Genshin story again. God bless this change. Which, did I mean that? Probably not. I might play it again. Again, though, the Genshin story is just not something I can really immerse myself in or feel like totally invested in, because I am just really, really dumb and I can only understand stories that are on a base level. Anyways, let's keep reading the developer blog discussion. The next thing here, story quest system optimizations. Now this one is another huge one. Let's read into it a little bit more, because this is a common problem which I believe a ton of people have, that this feature will actually help. As mentioned in previous developer discussions, it has come to our attention that travelers may have been unlocking multiple story quests at a time in order to use up their story keys. I do this all the time. I'm sure a lot of us do. You have that annoying red exclamation point over your quest log. It gives you OCD. You hate it. You're like, oh, what's wrong? And then you realize your keys aren't claimed and that you have to spend it on one of these quests to get rid of the exclamation point. So you end up unlocking it, you get the quest, but you don't want to do it quite yet. You're putting it off. You want to complete the main story mission first before you do the quest. So you leave the quest there, and then all of a sudden you go do your story quest, and you're like, you know what? I'm done with the quest for today. I'm going to go back to do the main story. And then all of a sudden you get a message saying, sorry, you can't do this quest right now. The character is busy with another quest. And then they lock your progress behind something completely unrelated so that you can progress the main story. It is an extremely irritating function, which we are now removing because after the 4.2 update, travelers can use the story keys to unlock story quests, but you have to actually accept the quest to start it. So you will not be locked out of the main story by doing these dumb little side quests, which is absolutely amazing for story people. I think this is an amazing improvement for the game, and honestly will help tremendously on making the game flow a lot smoother. And the last thing we have here, which some people may be excited for, I'm not personally too invested in this, the map function optimizations. With the arrival of new areas, there are now even more things for us to put on the map. With this in mind, from version 4.2 onwards, our pin limit will increase to 200, which, in my personal experience, I don't really use pins anymore. I never really have. I have pins for crystal flies. I used to do artifact farming. I haven't done that in forever, though. Artifact farming feels like a waste of time nowadays. I have some for crystals, which again, I don't do crystal farming anymore. As you progress later into the game, you'll notice that you just have so damn many of these mystic enhancement ores, at least for people like me who buy the battle pass. Like, you don't need to grind crystals late game. There's just no point at all, unless you're trying to, I don't know, do an all weapon account where you upgrade every weapon in the game. But I've never found that I needed to grind crystals. I don't know, do people still use markers? Like, I have no idea. Let me know in the comments if you still use markers, but I've never really found much use for them. But I guess people who want to pin stuff now have more ways to do it. Also, touching on that feature a little more, they added a feature where you can batch delete all the pins instead of going around and deleting them one by one, which is also very, very helpful and just a little nice style of life change. Oh yeah, that actually wasn't the last change. We got some huge new changes, dramatic, game-changing new system optimizations. Genshin Impact TCG changes. Woo! Yeah! We can now deck share our decks with other travelers. Woo! We can now have accelerated duels. Woo! Yeah! Raise the roof. And that's the end of our developer discussion. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoy this one, and I'm going to see you all very, very soon. But anyways, that's going to be all for me today. Peace.